Y'all, I got a word, and I'm excited about this. All right, first off, my name is Trina, Peculiar Trina, and this is prophetic symbol, right? So I got a word, saints. I got a word. All right, I've been thinking about this all day. Okay, God gave me this word actually today, this morning at work, right? And the way God speaks to me through everything. I try to find God in everything, through numbers, through songs, through people. What do people say? I seek God in all that I do, right? But this morning, I was just minding my business at work, and God just gave me this song, and it's a kingdom marriage song. I know God will really give me words, like kingdom marriages kind of words, but these two songs like really hit it, and it confirmed something for me. And I know sisters and brothers that are going through the same thing as we, like, we're waiting in our purpose, doing what God is telling us to do, right? All right. So the first song that the Lord gave me was, it was Marques Houston, All Because of You, right? When he gave me this song, right, I was like, this about 10, 15 years, right? I'm probably like in elementary when I heard this, but in a way God speaks to me. I mean, when he want me to really hear a song, like, he got the beat and everything, like, in my head. So here's what it say. The first part, what God was speaking to me about, in the beginning, it says, I can't blame you if you want to leave, because I'm not the man I once used to be, right? I'm gonna keep going. But there's a change that has come over me. So before you go, listen to my last plea, right? So the way God was like teaching this to me was, it was like a confirmation in a confirmation. It was like a vision in a vision, right? So I don't know where people stand with their spouses or their God ordained spouses, but to me, this was like a vision of like a before and after kind of thing. So like, you could say, like, soon as like you met your husband, I'm gonna speak for me, you knew how they were like acting, like they wasn't really following Christ, you know? So it goes to say, but there's a change that have come over me. So before you go, when they mean go, like I said, and before, like, this is like your spouse before he was changed. This was separation. So I feel like I was speaking on separation before everything happened. But there's a change that has come over me. So it was a separation. So now your spouse is ready and he's pursuing you. He's telling you he wants you to think. And when he does come back, or she comes back, you're gonna know. You don't want to consult God. You don't want, not consult God. You don't want to consult your flesh and your feelings before you decide to walk in what God is calling you to. So if God is telling you, all right, connect with your spouse again, then connect. But make sure you talk to God before you make any decisions. I don't care how much we missed him, you missed her. Make sure you're consulting God, right? So also, and I feel like before then, he wasn't in the will of God as well, right? So after that, it was like, listen to my last plea. And then, I don't know if it's the bridge or the chorus, but the chorus says, all because of you. This did something to me. You're the love of my life, and I was doing wrong, but I want to do right, girl. Staying out all night, right? So this is what I got when God spoke to me about this, right? your Adam is awaking, right? And he's noticing like the counterfeits. Him being out the will of God wasn't bearing no fruit. He wasn't growing. He wasn't doing anything. It was just straight judgment. I mean, he just came out of judgment. He just been cleansed. He woke up, or he's waking up, and he's noticing that the void is not being filled, and the void is God. So me personally, and I pray that you guys are on this kind of time too, I don't want my spouse to love me more than God. So if he's not consulting God and he's not doing the will of God, I don't want no parts. Just going to be honest. I'm a very transparent person. I don't want no parts, right? So you're the love of my life. He noticed. He woke up. You're my Eve. And I was doing wrong, and he knew he was doing wrong. So God corrected him. He stripped him. He gave him humility. He gave him understanding. He shaped him to be a leader. So that's all you're supposed to be receiving when he comes back, right? Of course, for grace and love and forgiveness. So before we decide to connect with our spouse, make sure our hearts is right, which is your mind, your will, and your emotions. So make sure you're in the right place. And like I said, go to God. Hey, God, is this the time? Or be transparent. Hey, God, help me to forgive. But this is stuff that I feel like God is already preparing us for, to have a forgiving heart. Because mind you, this is not going to be the first time you and your spouse get into it, right? So we're going to be transparent, right? Let's be honest. He said, but I want to do right. He's willing. That's the willingness. Staying out all night, which is staying out all night, he was not in the will of God. He was with counterfeits. He was probably out smoking, drinking, she was not doing the will of God. He was out of alignment, right? And it's more in this song. I want y'all guys to let it minister to you, because it relayed a whole lot to me. Like the time, how long ago it was. And then like realizing, if y'all know Marques Houston, he was in a group called IMX, right? And Mature is the actual group. Also, another member who was in the group is in there as well, and he was saying like, I'm immature. Y'all gotta listen to it, right? And just Marques Houston's character, and even movies alone, like this Marques Houston alone, that's the only God right now. Marques Houston and sister, very immature. How he used to, when you see the twins, and how immature he was, and the things that he used to do, immature. So our spouses, our husbands, our wives were immature in our minds, and that's that's because of the things that they went through. That was because of the things that they didn't understand. Like the blinders was on them. They didn't have healed hearing. So there was, instead of us at the time, we probably was where we was at, but they couldn't see that we wasn't against them, you know, that we was honestly their help, and we are their help. So they're learning and they're seeing, and that's something God had to sit there and do within them on their time, on his time, right? So please, y'all listen to that song. I'll put the song in the description, mostly probably the comments. I rather the comments though. It's right there. And another song was Usher, There Goes My Baby. It's like, it was first the Marques Houston, then it shift, instantly to Usher, There Goes My Baby. All right, cool. If y'all know that song, I'll put the song in there as well. Um, so the part that ministered to me in this song was, so please believe me, we're gonna be twerking it out by the end of the night. But this is the part that really got me. I've been waiting all day to wrap my hands around your waist and kiss your face. It's been like a longing, and I know you guys feel it. And it's not like, oh, I just want them in a sexual way. No, it's like a longing. And I feel like when you really love somebody, it's a longing for them. It's like you don't want nothing else, just to be in their presence. And I feel like that's all God, because God does that. He does that within us, where you can be in relationships where y'all go y'all separate ways and y'all don't feel nothing. You know, as with me, I don't feel like everyone's connected. You know what I'm saying? And in transparency, your spouse, your kingdom's partner, is supposed to make you submissive. Not them physically doing it, but it's just something in you that you want to be submissive. Like, it's a feeling, you know. It's like you want to do right by them, and I don't think you can really get that from nobody else, or anything else that's not in alignment, right? So it's been like a longing, and you know how most guys are sometimes, and us females too, we're stubborn. We don't want to admit that we miss that person or whatever, and that's cool, but they don't have to. But if you're really connected the way you're connected with your spouse, you'll feel them in a spiritual realm before you feel them in any other place. You can feel them, right? So yeah. And then after that, it says, wouldn't trade this feeling for nothing. Like I said, a longing, it's a feeling. And as in our spouses, love is a choice. Love is patient, love is kind, and you have to choose to love or want to be like that. Excuse me. So that's a work within us, and that's a work within ourselves, and God just shaping and molding us. Just a willingness, you know. And also stated, like, not even a counterfeit can do it, you know. They thought, all right, I'm gonna deal with the counterfeit. The counterfeit couldn't even do it. It was something like still missing, so the counterfeit couldn't fill the void. So it was a longing, right? And Usher said, and I'll sit here long as it takes to get you all alone, but as soon as you come walking my way, you're gonna hear me say, there goes my baby. So they're willing, that's what I'm saying, they're willing to wait, you know, until you get yourself together, or they're willing to be patient with you. Like I said, love is patient, love is kind. They're willing to be patient with you, knowing what they put you through, knowing what y'all been through, knowing that things that they've been through in the past. Then our partners are not gonna be perfect, but it's up to us to have the will and the guidance from God, and consulting God, sitting at God's feet. Hey God, how should I treat him, or how should I treat her? And of course it's with love, but give me spiritual insight, Father God, to show me like how I should better serve them. What are they struggling with, you know? So, and it's stuff in within us that triggers us, but it slowly, you know. And I feel like that's when God like allow us to grow together. So you guys grow in love. You don't fall, and I don't want to fall in love. I want to grow, and I say that because there's no limit to growing. You can keep growing, and no matter how old you get, you're still growing. But I don't want to fall, because I don't want your expectations to be something when it's really not, and what this world decides and wants to make it to be. So I want to grow in love, and God, he grows us, right? And he knows what we can bear at the time. So we're ascending, guys. This is the time. God is elevating us. He is doing a new thing. He's been doing a new thing. So I just, hey, it's here. I'm waiting. I'm seeking God. Be prepared. Stay ready, for you don't have to get ready, right? So yeah, the time is near. Let the Lord speak. Let the Lord teach. Let him guide you. Any questions, go to God. Even if I take days, go to God. God either sometimes he uses other people to just give you an answer. Do that. Yeah, I was excited about this word. I really was. I had to rush home. I was like, oh, this is what you're doing, Lord. Okay. But I'm excited. I'm excited about this. But I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I'll be back whenever God drops. He be dropping all types of stuff. But I feel like this is the time to expand. To walk fully on purpose. We gotta save these souls. We gotta stay in alignment. This is our assignment. We gotta stay. We gotta keep our eyes on the prize. Press towards the mark of our high calling in Jesus Christ. All right. Love you guys. You have a good one. You stay safe out there and take care. Bye.